Give older kids some open table space on a summer afternoon and then just get out of the way, Mom. They will spend time and pay attention. They'll be social and build skills when crafting carries a cool factor. With that promise in mind, today we're sharing a project roundup for 10, 11, 12, and 13-year-olds. Lynn Muir has curated an amazing list of craft ideas for tweens. It's so good to see you.
See you.
Last time I saw you, we were both baby bumping. That little girl of yours, Jane, she is so cute.
Oh, thank you. She's a doll, and your little Boston's adorable too.
I mean, we need to hook them up someday.
Yeah, they can go to prom.
Future date, we'll start with play date. We'll start with play date. Speaking of play date, this would be an awesome summer play date, but am I right in how I set that up? Not every craft project will work.
Yeah, they need to be cute, they need to be colorful, and it needs to be something they can do on their own, because at this age, they want to do it all by themselves.
They want some independence.
Yeah, so you can show them the tutorials, let them read through on the blog, and then give them all the stuff and let them go to town. So, but these are fun. Like, you could do them with Mom, you could do them at a party, a little, you know, girl party, or on a hot day with Grandma at her house. They'd love to do that too.
So many applications, and I have to say our staff was giggling because your ideas are that cute. They're that good. Teens are gonna love them. Moms are gonna love them as well. At the very top of your list, we have to talk about these planters that have total personality.
Yes, these are fun, and these, I want to say all of these are not expensive.
Good.
They can be, you know, 50 cents, $1, up to maybe $5 is the most that any of these will cost you.
Love that.
So these are all from DI. So go to DI, find a cute little mug, a little planter, and put it in your dishwasher, get it nice and clean again, and then just a Sharpie. And I had my girls start by drawing on just a piece of paper first so that they knew what they had their plan in their head before they started.
They did a practice face.
Those ones are all made by me, but this one is made by my daughter.
Let's see.
She wanted to have the tongue sticking out, but they loved it. They're super cute, and then they can actually plant. These are all faux succulents, but you could plant like a real succulents and put it in their room.
So you're looking for, the key is a plain piece.
A plain piece.
And then just a Sharpie. No special tool.
Nope. You can use a Sharpie paint pen if you want, but just a Sharpie is fine. And I'm sure most people have that in their junk drawer. So
these are, they're so happy. They're adorable. I mean, they're smiling at us, so of course they should be happy.
And all the kids that I've asked of all the crafts, that's probably the favorite one.
Too bad girls camp is behind a lot of adults out there, because this is this next craft is the perfect camp craft.
This is also a thing from DI. I just found an infinity scarf and then cut it down to fit my daughter's neck size. And then all you do is you string on some wood beads, tie a knot between each wood bead, and call it good.
Guess what? I would wear that with a maxi skirt and an easy breezy summer t-shirt.
It's super cute, and the wood beads are fun. So this is like an example of what I found at DI for, I think this was $1.
Okay.
And then you can just cut it with your scissors, and the cuts don't have to be perfect because you're going to be tying knots in it anyway. You're not going to really see if they, you know, don't have a perfect cut.
Right.
So.
Could any fabric work, really? I mean, the silky is nice, obviously.
Silky is nice, but I mean, that one's like a muslin kind of bamboo fabric, so any of them work.
Yeah, the fray factor.
Thinner is the better.
The fray factor is cool.
The fray is cute.
I like that a lot. Okay, speaking of cute, we'll use that word at least 10 times in the next few minutes together. This is adorable.
So this is fun, and this is kind of a play on wet watercolors. So they can make a wet circle with just water, and then go through with the different colors of yellow and kind of blend them together a little bit, kind of watch them mix and mingle, and then once it's dry, go back with their Sharpie and color on some emoji faces, because emojis, we know, are all the rage.
Oh, it was National Emoji Day, I heard earlier this week. Who knew? We jumped on that bandwagon fast, didn't we?
Yeah. So anyway, it's just that's a quick one. That one's gonna take them maybe 10 minutes. So
well, so many moms are jumping aboard this watercolor trend, so you can pull out Mom's craft stash, but this is an adjusted craft that they will appreciate the design, obviously aesthetic, a lot more.
Yep.
Okay, chokers are all the rage.
Chokers are all the rage, and it's funny because this one I actually made when I was, I think, 12.
Stop. And you saved it?
Oh, my sister saved it.
You're the best.
And she pulled it out last summer and gave it to my girls, and they fight over it every day, and they want to wear it. So
I love that.
All you need is some wire.
Okay.
It needs to be a little bit thick, just thick enough to string on some beads. And then you clamp one end, and then you just string on your beads. Super simple, and they love it. Chokers, they want to wear chokers every day. Well, they're making them out of anything they can find.
That's the style these days.
Yeah.
So save the toilet paper for another project.
Yes.
And this choker is a lot more cute.
And most moms have a stash of beads that we haven't used and fabric that we haven't used in forever in our closets.
Right.
So pull that stuff out and let them get creative. Let them, you know, transform something and make it new in their own.
Well, you mentioned fabric. Give us a project to do with that.
Fabric. Pool noodles, duct tape.
Oh my goodness.
All you need. It's really simple and easy.
Because this time of year, at the end of summer, they've seen many pool days, those noodles, and the edges get kind of sad.
Yeah, you could make them out of used pool noodles, or they're $1 at the dollar store, or I think I saw them 80-something cents at Walmart. So cut them in half, or you can make a bigger one and just push them together, roll them with duct tape, and then all you need is some fabric and little pins. And the fabric, I think, is about 2 inches by 8 inches. They don't have to be perfect cuts either.
Okay.
So if they're cutting them kind of wonky or misshaped, it doesn't matter. They just overlap them and pin them and call it good.
This is where I love when you pull from the scraps or the
These
scrap
are all
stash.
scraps.
Yeah, there's something about the way the colors come together and the patterns come together in a really whimsical way, and that adds to the charm of this project.
And girls love whimsical.
Girls love whimsical and fabric and color. Girls also love texture, so talk to us about what's happening with the yarn.
So these are just yarn wrapped bottles. These are also from the Goodwill or Dollar or DI, Deseret Industries. $1 for this.
$1.
Yep, and then when you put it in the dishwasher, all this mucky, frosty stuff will go away.
So don't worry about it.
Nope, so don't worry about it. So just find one, a fun shape that you like. It might be easier to start out with something that's more simple than something curvy for them. But I just start by putting a dab of hot glue on the very bottom to start your thread. That makes it easier for them to be able to wrap it. Otherwise it can get kind of goopy with the Mod Podge and everything. But you just, with a foam brush, just wipe on some Mod Podge really thin, tell them not to get it too goopy, and they just wrap the yarn, cut it, add a new color, wrap it, and then you can easily just accessorize with some fake flowers, real flowers, or some fun pom-poms.
I like the yarn pom-poms, kind of continuing that texture.
And yarn pom-poms are great for girls to make. So if you need a fun craft to keep them busy, get them a pom-pom maker from Joann's and let them go to town.
I can pretty much hear moms, Lynn, just so you know, cheering out there. Because we're at that point in summer where we need afternoon refreshers just like this.
Because otherwise they're fighting or going crazy, and we're going crazy.
We're in like meltdown mode, end of summer meltdown mode. What's happening down front?
That's a pom-pom garland, and they can make that with felt balls and pom-poms. And then up here, some more yarn. These are kind of like a giant dream catcher.
These are amazing.
These would be just fun, like hoop art, yarn art, and they just take them apart, wrap it around the inside piece, and then you take the big piece, put it over, and that kind of holds it all in place. And then they can just accessorize it with some pom-poms or whatever, hang it on their wall, and
you've just gone crazy with the over under, no rhyme or reason.
No rhyme or reason, and they just need to do it kind of tight, and then it stays on, and it's awesome.
That is so cool.
If they have struggle getting started, keeping it on, they can just do a dab of hot glue and wrap it. But once you get going, you don't have to glue it, you don't have to do anything. Just wrap it like crazy, and then stick your outside piece on.
The inner child in me wants to do the cat's cradle. Remember where you'd stick your fingers?
Yes.
Do they still do that these
we just
days?
did it camping the other weekend. We taught them how to do it.
It lives on.
It lives on.
That's what I want to do with that. And then after, I want, of course, want to hang it in a fun corner of my home. That's a great craft, as are these all. Thank you so much. Instructions on your website?
Yes, at pocketfulofpaint.com, and they can all get crafty with them bad selves.
With their bad selves. Pocket full of paint. We'll link you over from our website. So great to see you.
Thanks for
the inspiration.